Hey guys, welcome to your March videos. Oh my goodness, super excited. A lot going on in March, guys. Pisces season, Aries season. So we have a mixture of these energies. I've got my rose-colored glasses on to talk to you guys today. You know, Pisces. I have my Pisces shirt on because there's a Pisces full new moon today. It happened actually in the morning time. So I'm recording these on the Pisces new moon, and I'm going to be uploading them later on tonight, which I think is cool because, you know, maybe some of the things that we talk about can potentially help you on your new moon journey. So, of course, at the beginning of my video, I want to go through some of the astrology, especially because this month I didn't talk much about that in the videos, which is another thing I want to mention, guys. You know, I like my themes, I like a good theme. And so I'm not sure if you know this, but usually when I record my intro video first, and then I record the monthly videos. This month, I thought it would be very interesting and very Pisces-like, very 12th house-like to record all the videos first and then record my intro video. So what you're watching now is actually after all the videos have been recorded. And I didn't think about it till later that was very symbolic because the 12th house happens after the journey, right? We have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So we're in the 12th house now, you guys, and we're at the very end of Pisces season. So when you watch these videos, well, for most of you, if you watch them as soon as they're uploaded, I'm uploading these videos towards the ending of Pisces season. You know, I wait till the middle of the month to kind of upload my videos. Well, I went on the journey with you this time, so when I do these readings, I do them in order. So there was Aries and Taurus, and it's like I kind of traveled around the zodiac wheel. And then now we're here at the intro, when usually I record my intro first and then I record all the videos. So that was just something there that was kind of symbolic, and it made a lot of sense after doing so. So yeah, I have all the readings done, and they're very, very deep this month. This month I decided to do a 12 card spread because Pisces is the 12th house. So I use two different decks, and I'll have all that information below. If you want to know, I have the Goddess deck, which is a really cool deck, and then I have the original Rider-Waite tarot. So I got 6 cards for all of you, and then I got 6 clarifying cards, and then this month it was Gemini and Scorpio that won the giveaway. So if you're a Gemini watching or a Scorpio, you guys got extra oracle cards in your readings for being the most likes and views this month, okay? And I didn't talk much about astrology because the actual readings are about an hour long. A lot of deep stuff going on here. So, you know me, I just kind of record and talk and channel the message. So I wanted to make sure I really covered all the astrology in March in this intro video. And as far as the actual readings, they're very subconscious, very deep, 12 card spread there, okay? So guys, March is really interesting. March is that month. Every year, March has kind of a similar energy. I didn't really realize it in my earlier years when I was not as into astrology as I am now, but I always feel the energy pick up in March. I wasn't sure if it was because of my birthday at the beginning of the month or if it was because of spring, but it makes a lot of sense astrologically because in March, we do have a cycle completing. We have not only the ending of Pisces season, but the beginning of Aries season, which is the first zodiac sign. It's the astrological new year, the spring equinox, all of that is just days away. So we're feeling that energy. And another significant thing about March is that, well, we had no full moon in February, but we have a Virgo full moon on March 1st. So we literally entered March. It's kind of interesting. We entered in a new cycle in March. March 1st was the Virgo full moon, and full moons bring new beginnings and completions. And then at the end of the month, we have the Libra full moon on the 31st. So this month is literally, it's like, for me, there's this energy of like the in-between of whatever happens in a full moon. Like the 1st was a full moon, the 31st is a full moon. So this whole month is just kind of outlined with this full moon energy. So this is a month of completions. This is a month of new beginnings. This is a month of a cycle ending. And You know, it's always a month of cycles ending, but this year it really is. I mean, we have so many different things that are encouraging these cycles to end, which is this new moon in Pisces, this full moon in Virgo, this full moon in Libra, this astrological new year, which is symbolic for, you know, the sun entering the first house, which means it's traveled around the whole entire zodiac wheel. This happens every year on the Pisces Aries cusp. So on the 19th / the 20th, we'll have the sun enter Aries, which is literally symbolic for the first day of spring, the spring equinox. So as far as moons, we have a lot of emotion, a lot of new beginnings and endings. We have that opportunity today to plant the seeds that will come to fruition on the Libra full moon from the 17th to the 31st. We need to be manifesting a lot of stuff that we want to see come true in our fruition, okay? So Virgo full moon on March 1st. We had, for the first couple weeks of March, guys, I mean, we're looking back now. As we watch this and as I speak about this, we're looking back to our past. That first couple weeks of March were very, very intense. I mean, there was a stellium in Pisces. We had Venus, Mercury, the Sun, Neptune, and Chiron all in Pisces. We have a little bit of a stellium going on in Pisces today, too. We have the Sun and the Moon and Neptune and Chiron. So, you know, but not as powerful as Mercury and Venus being there. So until the 6th, so I think for a good few weeks or so, we had Venus and Mercury in Pisces, which is very spiritual. But Mercury and Venus entered Aries together on the 6th. And then we had a Jupiter retrograde on March 8th. And daylight savings time on March 11th. I wanted to reach that. I mean, I wanted to mention that because even something like that, it brings a different energy to our world. I mean, the sun is staying out for longer. It gets darker later, I believe. That's what it seems like to me, at least. You know, we move an hour ahead or whatever. So that is something energetic that happened on March 8th. On March 11th. Jupiter retrograde. I have Jupiter videos out, you guys, for any of you who want to know what this Jupiter retrograde is all about. Jupiter was the first planet to go retrograde in March. We had 3 long, beautiful months of all the planets moving direct. So hopefully we took that time as a big green light for the universe. We took that time to start a lot of projects and new beginnings. And now Jupiter takes its turn to go retrograde. And we also have Mercury going retrograde on the 22nd in Aries. So that's going to be interesting. I'm happy to get all these videos out before that because you know how that can be with electronics and stuff. So just be careful, guys. Make sure you're keeping your receipts to certain things and stuff like that, okay? A lot of stuff going on. So Pisces new moon today on the 17th. It's already passed. It happened at 6 a.m. And we have St. Patrick's Day on that same day. So a new moon, St. Patrick's. This is a very, very lucky new moon, you guys. Anything that we plant, anything that we manifest is very much going to come true because it's on this symbolic day for luck, right? St. Patrick's Day is not only about drinking, it's the luck of the Irish. You know, we have these 4-leaf clovers and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow type of thing. So there's going to be a pot of gold at the end of the manifested rainbows we have this month, okay? And the next thing that we have towards the end of the month is Mercury retrograde, which I mentioned in Aries. Also on March 17th, we have Mars entering Capricorn. That was something I did not mention in the Capricorn video. So that's just something to keep in mind, guys, that Mars is entering Capricorn today. We have the sun entering Aries on the 20th. Happy Astrology Day, National Astrology Day, Astrological New Year. Happy Spring Equinox. And then, of course, that Mercury retrograde happening. So, you know, I try to keep it in order. So, yeah. Mercury retrograde happening after the equinox. And then we have Venus entering Taurus on March 31st. So we end the month there. And then interesting that Venus enters Taurus the same day that we have the Libra full moon, because that's a very Venus ruled energy. That is a very Venus, because Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus. So this full moon at the end of the month is very centered around abundance and attraction and beauty. So it's a very nice time to be manifesting those things from 17th to the 31st. You really want to align yourself with abundance and beauty and love and attraction. We can attract these things into our life right now, attract love. Venus and Taurus is going to be lit. And then again, that Libra full moon, it's interesting to start the month off on March 1st with a full moon. And then we end the month with a full moon in Libra. So there's these full moons, you know, that are literally impacting this whole entire month. So that tells me that this moon is, I'm sorry, this month, I keep calling it the moon month. So let me put that up here, just the moon month. Because we got 2 full moons. Now, next month, we go back to having just 1 moon, which is kind of intense having 2 full moons in 1 month, don't you think? So as far as the moons go, it definitely tells me that there's a lot of emotion, a lot of completions and new beginnings starting. We have so much, guys, and this is just the notes that I had. I talk about how this is going to personally affect us in each of our readings. Okay, the readings are quite nice this month. It was nice to do the readings first and then do the intro. So that's been nice, but that's why the videos are coming out a little bit later, because I have to wait to record my intro video, which is a part of this whole thing, right? So yeah, we definitely want to be careful. I don't know why I said that. We definitely want to be careful, huh? Well, the universe wanted to say that. I was just talking about how I had to wait to record my videos for the intro. So, I don't know. I guess there's something that we should be careful this month, you know, with ourselves and with the people around us, with all these completions going on, because, you know, Pisces season is a very, very symbolic time. You know, this is the 12th house we're talking about here, Neptune, spirituality, subconscious energy, you know. So as far as Pisces season, guys, it's very spiritual. And I hope that you can feel that kind of energy in the videos. They are kind of long, so I wanted to kind of get my intro recorded so that I can get these uploaded for you guys. You know, it's just such a spiritual time. And as a Pisces, I can definitely feel the fact that we're literally standing in between an ending and a new beginning. And there's a certain cycle that is closing out, and there's a new cycle that is literally days away from starting. So as far as our intent, guys, as far as what we're manifesting, you know, it's all about thinking about the journey. So you want to think about last March and what all that you've been through, the journey that has taken place, you know, the challenges, the obstacles, what you've overcome, your success. You know, very important right now that we're thinking back on what has happened since March 17th, 2017, and what has happened from March, basically last year, because that's the astrological new year, you know, March 20th. So whatever happened from March 20th last year to now is everything that we should be embracing and reflecting on. What is it that you still have to do work on? What is it that you still could grow? Where are areas you could still grow? What have you accomplished? What have you succeeded in? So it's our successes, you know, and it's also the journey up ahead. You know, the journey up ahead has a lot to do with what hasn't been completed this cycle. So as far as these cycles and this energy and these moons and just everything that the 12th house represents, a lot of growth going on, you guys. And I know sometimes the 12th house can make us feel very pushed and pulled and just ripped into shreds, you know. This Pisces energy is collective. And it's this time of year when we really, really start to understand at an energetic level why Pisces is all zodiac signs, you know, all zodiac signs in one. And it's because all of us go through something in Pisces season. It's not just Aries or Taurus or Gemini, or it's not just ourself or our values. You know, Pisces represents the collective. Pisces season is a very emotional time. And it's when unresolved emotions come to the surface. So March could be filled with a lot of unresolved emotions, guys. It certainly has been for me. But the thing is we're headed into the last couple of days of Pisces season. So we made it through, guys. We made it through. And, you know, the end of March is always a little bit different. The energies pick up. Aries comes in and they're so strong. They're so powerful. They're all about self. They're all about the I am. So we take what we've learned about everything on this journey and then we apply it to the Aries first house of self. So this is a new journey, a new beginning for all of us. And, you know, anytime anything passes through the 12th house and into the first house, there's a rebirth that takes place. So the sun is about to be reborn. Our awareness is about to be reborn. You know, the fact that Venus, the way that we love the goddess, we're attracting new beginnings right now because Venus has already passed through that cusp of rebirth, which is starting today from March 17th to March 23rd. There's a very mixture of Pisces Aries energy, which is very steamy and passionate. It's water and fire. It's cardinal and mutable. It's the ram. It's the two different fish. So it's about taking that cycle and charging forward to a new one with that Aries energy. So the end of March, when we finish the third decan of Pisces and we enter the first decan of Aries, there's going to be a lot of passion that comes in. There's going to be a lot of fire. There's going to be a lot of heat. You know what I mean? We have these retrogrades and stuff like that. But we're one step closer to a new journey, you guys. There's so much ending and completing in different areas of our life. So I hope I did a good job in the videos kind of explaining that, and I hope what comes up in the videos is relatable and helpful, especially because I'm a Pisces and this is Pisces season. And the fact that Pisces kind of are at home in this energy, you know, Pisces everywhere, they kind of come out in Pisces season with poetry and stories and pictures and love and water and intuition. The fish come out to swim in Pisces season. Now, we're feeling very refreshed as Pisces because we've had our solar returns. By the way, happy birthday to any Pisces watching. Happy birthday to any Aries watching. And I just want to thank any new subscribers. I love you guys all my viewers. I try to connect with you guys so deeply. Shout out to all of you who have got personal readings with me so far. It's just been one hell of a journey. And I sit back and I think of how far I've come since last March, and it's just mind-blowing. It's so great, you know, to share this journey with you all. I've been doing this channel for almost a year now, and I don't regret it. I'm so happy I pushed myself last March to do this, because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys. I wouldn't have such a handful of people. I have almost 800 followers, and to me that's just so humbling. It's not about the number, it's not about the money, it's about the message that I have to share. So I hope you enjoy the messages that I have that came up for you this month, and hopefully I'll be back talking to you next month. There's a lot of changes going on with me, guys, and you know, I could potentially find myself in a situation where it's not as easy to read tarot, if you know what I mean. And if that does happen, if that is on my path, you know, then I will do my best to still talk to you guys and still, you know, still make my guidance available to you, because I do appreciate connecting with you all. So I want to get this video uploaded. I didn't want my intro video to be too crazy. You know, it's very important to stay clear in Pisces season. It's very important to have everything kind of straightforward, because the energy in the universe, it has already been very hectic. It's already been very fluid and watery. So I wanted to really tap into my Capricorn rising and my Taurus moon this month. But of course, my Pisces creativity is definitely shining through also. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I am going to have a timestamp below to fast forward the intro if any of you just, you know, don't want to continue watching the intro. So, I have all the love for you guys. I hope Pisces season has been so transforming. I hope Pisces season has been spiritual. I hope you have been emotionally awakened. And I hope the cycles that are ending for you end with grace and end with love, so that you can open a new door of reality and to start this new journey on the right foot. Alright guys, I guess I will see you in your next videos, okay? Bye. Hey Pisces. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit nervous to do our reading. And it's just because, I don't know, I could definitely feel our energy. And, you know, it's Pisces season. And, you know, we represent the 12th house, which is, you know, easy to talk to everybody else about. Easy to talk to everybody else about. But it's like when you talk to other members of the 12th house, it's listened to in a different way, and therefore it has to be spoken about in a different way. But I do believe that our understanding of the 12th house is really, really deep. You know, it's almost like we get lost in the 12th house, and that's why it's our home, because Pisces are those souls that decided to stay in the 12th house when everybody else went on to through Aries to start again. We have this depth that we found there, and we called it home. And I think the 12th house is just something everyone else passes through, but it's as if they're passing through us in our home. You know what I mean? So the territory that I'm about to step into is just, it's really deep. And it just goes to show you that Pisces is so generous. It's just easier for us to help others than it is for us to help ourselves. So, you know, I was shuffling our cards, and it took such a long time. It didn't take a long time for this deck, because I'm using 2 different decks this month. Okay, I'm going to get 6 cards from this deck, and I'm going to get 6 clarifying cards, so that what we end up with is a 12 card read. And, you know, I wanted to do that because it was Pisces season and we're the 12th house and stuff. So I'm getting 12 cards here. And yeah, I was like shuffling our cards, and it took such a long time. And it was interesting because what I mean is, before I do a reading for a certain zodiac sign, I shuffle the cards very thoroughly. And when I do Aries reading, I shuffle the cards until I see the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. And I do the same thing for every sign. So for us, it's the Moon card, right? Which symbolizes hidden energy, which is just ironic. Because we were very hidden, and I don't know if the cards could feel my hesitation and my fear, because this is very energetic. So energy, it travels and it speaks. And I am it's not that I'm resistant to our reading, it's just, there's this get it over feeling, and then there's this, oh my God, wait. So I feel like that is literally, I'm a very, very big empath, very, very sensitive empath. I feel things through technology and pictures and movies, and I feel the intent of the vibration of all things. So especially, when I'm speaking to us and about our energy and everything, and the moon's in Pisces right now. It's going to be new. There's a new moon in Pisces tonight and on the 17th, but technically on the 16th. But yeah, our energy was very hidden, and I just felt like the need to slow down a little bit. And I felt like that was so metaphorical to our lives right now. And there's almost this, Pisces are used to being quiet and soft and hidden and mysterious, but when it's this time of year in March, and oh goodness, especially I don't record my videos until mid-March, so the first 2 weeks of March, when there was all that energy in Pisces, oh my goodness, I don't even, when the Virgo full moon and everything like that, the beginning of March was very, very intense because we had a stellium in Pisces. We had five planets in Pisces, and I definitely felt that energy. It was beneficial. It's just everyone reacts to this energy differently. And what I was gonna say is, it's like, Pisces are the quiet ones. Energetically, no, but when you're underwater, the voice is a little bit distorted. And so there's a need to speak with a telepathy that Pisces have to learn, you know what I mean? But I feel right now like my voice is on like a megaphone. And I'm not sure if we all feel that way differently in March, but I just feel like what I say is projected. And I think it's because the sun is there in Pisces, like literally highlighting this house. And, thank goodness I have earth energy to ground me. So that's the part of me that's really gonna ground these energies. And the Pisces in me is that part that is just so aware of these worlds and so aware of energy. And it's just, I don't know, I've been thinking a lot about, the readings have been intense. I do our reading last because we're the last house. And so I like the energies to kind of match, you know what I mean? So I go through these signs and I do all this energy and I see what everybody else's energy is. And then when I get to Capricorn and Aquarius, it starts to get real. So of course, there's certain conversation that comes out in the beginning of these readings here. So let's get in, because we already know, and we already know all the energy and stuff like that. And I guess whatever comes up, because we only have an hour here, so I don't want to waste too much of our time just, you know, talking about certain things. But I am just gonna be free and allow myself to channel, which Pisces do better at with that kind of energy. So I shuffled our cards. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, our card never showed up on the top. What wound up happening is my hand bumped the card up from the bottom of the deck, so our card was actually under here, and I just so happened to bump it up, and it was the moon. So I'm like, wow, I had to literally put us from the back to the front. So even that is a metaphor there. And I felt, just like I said, so many different, I was picking up on so much energy as I was recording. So and I know that's all metaphorical, and all of us are feeling these ways, and we're all connected. But let's see what the cards have to say and kind of go off of that, okay, Pisces? Because there's a need here to like create a foundation for ourselves too. So let's see here. 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Queen of Swords. Okay. So of course, this is a little bit of what we feel like in Pisces season, I would say. Nobody probably knows that, because internally we feel great because the water is here and it's like we can breathe again as fish, you know what I mean? And what we feel becomes foreign along this trip around the zodiac wheel. And my throat chakra, see, my throat's closing up. So I think a lot of us have things to say that it almost is like it needs to be whispered or something, because the more I try to project my voice, the more it just gets cracky. My throat chakra, man. But this is an accurate depiction of Pisces in Pisces season. We have this man here, or this individual, I should say, because it's not gender, you know, restricting. So the have and the have-nots, that constant feeling of feeling happy and sad that you're happy, but happy that you're sad, and, you know, happy that you're sad because of finally being able to release your emotions and feel them, but sad that you're happy because you're not used to being happy, you know. So there's always a weird duality to Pisces, which is sadness and happiness, light and dark, up and down, male, female, all these different, you know, oppositions that we represent, these two fish, right? So maybe one of our fish feels a little bit down and the other one of our fish feels, you know, maybe the exact opposite, which is happy and joyful. So, you know, I heard somebody say that Pisces is the two fish because one fish is jumping in and one fish is jumping out of the ocean. So we represent that ending and that beginning energy, you know, that in and that out energy. And I think that, you know, we're always constantly feeling the polarity of our emotions. So this is the card that's right behind us, okay? You know, the bottom of the deck was, of course, our card. And I had no idea what was underneath. I do know what's underneath the other one, though, because I had to pull our card from the back, like I said. So I kind of knew what card was, you know, going over that one. So this is the card that's right beneath our energy. So it's what we're immediately feeling. That's what I done for everybody's video this month. I kind of just felt led to do that. So, you know, definitely a mixture of happy, sad energy, up and down. And I think we're feeling a little bit like this. And we're going to have to be very honest with ourselves during this video, because this is a deep reading. Like, it's Pisces season, it's March, it's our birthdays. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, March Pisces. And hopefully your birthdays are so intense for Pisces. It's another thing that's never talked about. Like, we just feel solar returns more intensely than I think some of the other signs do. Because when the sun is in Pisces, it's really not like how it is in any other zodiac season. There's this awareness of all things. When I feel that when the sun is in Aries, you know, yeah, sure, there's awareness of self. Or, you know, when the sun's in Taurus, there's this awareness of, yeah, being grounded in your values. You know, everybody has their own purpose on the zodiac wheel, but Pisces' purpose is just a little bit different because it's like the purpose of that part of the wheel is literally, it combines the purpose of all the other signs. So it's a shared house. You know what I mean? I think Scorpio kind of understands us because Scorpio is the house of shared resources. Interesting. Cancer is the house of foundation, emotional foundation. So it's like all the water signs kind of serve a purpose for all. You know, and if you think about it, our bodies are like, what, 80% water? Water is like a basic human need. So, you know, we're kind of like here for the replenishment of others. And that might be why we're feeling this Five of Cups energy. But I see that we're looking down. I've tried to put that card down, but it just kind of calls again. We're looking down at a situation that's tipped over. You know, Pisces, we can do this. And you think it changes at all for us in Pisces season? No, we just gain ultimate awareness of it, of everything that's ever dumped out for us. And we just got to be honest. I might cry during this video. Like, it's definitely pretty deep and heavy. So we very much feel a lot of the time like, you know, this is technically the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a picture of three women cheersing, toasting, having fun, celebrating. And it's interesting how in the Five of Cups, that same Three of Cups is knocked over here with the blood and the sweat and the tears and all of it. So when we're meant to emotionally, this is what an emotional celebration looks like to a Pisces. Isn't that just, oh man, we understand it. But this is what that looks like. Something that's tipped over and dumped over. That's what the emotional celebration feels like to Pisces, I should say. But whatever this is to all of us, this consuming emotional energy in our life that has got us feeling this way, this dark, you know, covered up, hide me in the shadow type of energy, head hanging low, all I'm focusing on is the woe. And then you gotta notice these two cups back here though, which is, you know, a cup for Pisces is a cup for all. And I know we have indifferent feelings about that, but for the most part, we accept our place in this world and we share what we know and we share what we have. We share what we are, you know, our emotions and our thoughts and our feelings and what the deepest parts of us, I should say. So I'll be right back. I had to let my dog out there. But yeah, you know, there's a point in time when Pisces we get tired of seeing those cups knocked over. And what that's a metaphor for is our emotions spilling out and, you know, the blood that we have spilt, the tears that we have cried. We focus on that a lot. Even when our head is not focused on it, we still carry that around. So we carry our empty cups around too, just in case they're ever refilled, you know? So that's how we're immediately feeling, guys. We have to be careful around our birthday. See, it's so heavy. But around our birthdays, we can reflect on a lot of, in Pisces season in general, our solar returns in Pisces season. It brings this energy up for me almost every year, you know. It feels, because a lot of sadness runs through me, you know what I mean? And it might not be all of us, it depends, but I think it's a heavy collective energy that Pisces feels. Is this Five of Cups, some of us tipped over, but we always have emotion that backs us, which you can see behind this man, behind this individual. There's this Two of Cups it's like Pisces always is in love. Because the Two of Cups is two people with one cup each. So it's like we symbolize that. It's a cup for each of our fish, you know. And sometimes we know it's there, right? One of our fish is always there. Knowing this, that even if we're alone, even if we're sad or depressed about the past, there's this Two of Cups energy that is always going to faithfully, and it's our two fish. You know, it's our two fish, that side of us. So I think, you know, there's an underlying energy here of just consulting with our other opposite fish this month. You know, and I remember I had a thought that came to me. I've been having, oh my God, Pisces season has been so creative for me, and just my mind has turned into a poetry book. And I've been writing a lot and things like that. So one of the things that, a thought that came into my head is that in Pisces season, the smaller fish takes the lead. And what I mean by that is that there is a fish that we use less often. You know, it's not that Pisces uses both fish at the same time. I don't know if that's how Libra works or how Gemini works, but with Pisces, it's either or fish. Like, we can't, it's not that we can't be both at the same time, but we like to look at them separately, you know, and they come out separately for us. And we're forced to be in or out. If we choose out, there's a part of us that's in. If we choose no, there's a part of us that's yes. You know, if we choose up, there's a part of us that's down. All of these different examples that we can use. And it's showed here. You know, we're always sad, happy about something. And this kind of emotion comes up in Pisces season. And then we have this Ten of Cups over here, which is a completely different story, you know. This talks about emotional completion, which could be happening for us in March. This talks about, and I'm seeing that old black bird out of my window now. These birds have been flying, and I see them. Some zodiac signs, I don't see them for some videos, but I see them in the right moments. So I don't know if there's something taking flight here with this Ten of Cups, but this is feeling really, really emotionally happy. This is the secret Pisces dream. Feeling emotionally fulfilled and content and just happy all around. This is just ultimate emotional completion, and we have it with a really strange energy, and it's almost as like we have to embody this Queen of Swords energy to even dream of something this beautiful, because if we go after this Ten of Cups feeling like a Pisces, well, you see how the Ten of Cups looks when we do that. So when we go at it, when we cut for it, and when we cut things out of our life that it's like this is always there, you know, this is what Pisces feels like in a tarot card. But there's a need to go about that in a very clear way, which I kind of feel right now as I'm talking. It's like I'm trying to be very Queen of Swords about this, about all these cups. And it's like, how do you even do that unless you're a Pisces with like air energy in your chart? Okay, and this also is talking about a clear mind. It's like Pisces is their clearest of mind. They have their clearest of mind in this emotion. We can breathe underwater, and that's literally what I see here is air breathing under this tin of water. So it's like the more emotion there is, the clearer Pisces can see. But there's two different ways to look at it. It's like there's almost a message here about each fish. There's this fish that's woe. And then there's this fish that is flow. So woe or flow. And if you woe, you won't flow. And there's a river flowing back here. So here we are woeing instead of flowing. You know what I mean? Flow is back here, but we are woe. Woe is right here. Okay? But if you flow, it's clear. There's more. There's none tipped over. And, you know, here it is. These two fish. And each fish has a fish for the fish. So these are our two fish with two other fish. So both of us being in a partnership that's actually happy for us. You know how it is when we get fallen in love, Pisces. But we do well with those energies. It's clear, right? We have the Magician. Now, I've seen this a lot this month. The Magician, and right fucking beneath it is this nasty energy. So I think it's important this month to watch out for any haters that are stopping the magic. Because the Magician's just kind of shown up in everybody's reading this month. And I'm telling you, I've seen this Seven of Swords right after him. So whoever this seven, there's a collective Seven of Swords energy after the Magician right now. So magic is something that is sold and stolen and bought, okay? To be all things, Pisces. To have all elements, all traits, all abilities, emotions, groundedness, intellect, passion, that's a Pisces. To be infinite. Yeah, I'd want some of that too if I wasn't on that team. So here's somebody who's really interested in that, but it's a sneaky, cheating, thiefy line. Like, people like to take our energy. Okay, so there's a need to be careful about that because things are really flowing this month. Okay, this Ace of Cups has shown up in people's readings too. And we have it with the Two of Swords, so possibly some emotional confliction going on about a grounded completion. Please tell me that we're not blinding ourselves to this emotion this month. Only Pisces would blindfold themselves to the Ace of fucking Cups. I mean, how do you not see this? I wouldn't be surprised if the Four of Cups shows up, because that's somebody who's distracted and not seeing an Ace of Cups too. I mean, but really, we can feel this. I mean, we are very psychic. We felt this years ago. We felt this months ago. We knew this was coming. Whether this symbolized a new love or new healing or a new emotional situation, whatever it is, it's coming from the heavens. And it's exactly what we want. All this water, plenty of room to swim. We manifested this, we asked for this, but look how we act. Look how we feel when happiness comes in. It's like this, we can't get both of our sides on the same page. We can't get these different sides of ourselves swim in the same direction. Pisces never will get to feel that because of that allness, because of that oneness that we symbolize. If you swim the same direction, someone gets left out. So Pisces represents literally all things, so that all are included. And you know, that's just a deep way to look at this. This could also just be a decision that we have to make when it comes to love this month, when it comes to a certain healing emotional decision. All this emotion back here, you know, and us just sitting here outside of it, not in it, not seeing it, not doing anything, just waiting. So, yeah, very interesting there to just kind of check what's immediately affecting us. I've been doing that for all the readings, so just a little interesting there. But you know, this is the main important one, is the card that was right behind us, okay, which is this Five of Cups. So we do feel happy, we do feel sad. Just be careful about being stuck in the past, Pisces, especially this month, because we have a Mercury retrograde. And we have a Jupiter retrograde, which is our ruling planet, gone retrograde. Okay. Our co-ruling. So let's see what was under us. Okay. Knight of Pentacles, the Temperance card, and the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Seeing, yeah. Okay. So when it comes to this story, and I'm just going to do this real briefly here, because this is not our reading. This is just and kind of little extra message here based off of, because our cards were thoroughly shuffled. I mean, they were shuffled for a long time. As I mentioned, it was hard for me to even find our card. So I think it's hard for people to even find Pisces right now. And another thing, this deck is different. So take a look at our card, guys, in this deck. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, gosh, I should have just showed you this card when I was talking about what I was just talking about. You know, oh my goodness, it looked like that flame was actually like moving there for a minute. I felt the warmth of the candle. But this is the Moon card in this deck, and I think it really does an accurate description of our other side. I mean, reflection, these two different parts of us, these drastically different than the moon there, really big there. So this is the Moon card. And the Knight of Pentacles was underneath us. So something's happening rather slowly for Pisces. Especially something very real. We're used to everything popping off in the spirit realm, right? We ain't even, y'all don't even know. I mean, y'all do, but not the other y'alls. Maybe some cross watchers or something, but most people don't even know. But in this real reality, as far as Pentacle energy, which is Earth energy, there's something slowly on the way. And right after that energy is the Patience card. This is the Sagittarius card, the Temperance card. So being patient for that slow moving energy. And here we have this Moon here. So, and this is such a beautiful card. You know, I love the feet here. How one of our feet's in the water, but not the other one. But we are being patient, and we are trying to add balance to a situation. And I'm not sure what this Knight of Pentacles is for all of us, but there's something very real on the way, but it's slow. You know, it's been making its way slowly all winter. See the winter here? But it's spring. It's about to be spring. So be patient for something. And I know the weight is getting heavy, right? We've dropped all these wands. This is the Ten of Wands. But in this depiction of the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Wands are dropped when usually there's somebody holding all of them, and it's getting really heavy, right? Well, shit, it got so heavy for Pisces, they're on the ground, and we're like, whoo, honey, no. So there may have been a load that they're dropping in March. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it's a burden kind of, and there's a need to rest. You know what I mean? March is such a month. I mean, we just feel so many different energies in March. Pisces is so tired in Pisces season. And not a sleep tired, you know, like a soul tired. Like we can sleep for hours and days, and it really doesn't matter how long we sleep. We wake up tired. We wake up feeling like, I mean, because when we sleep, we're not even really sleeping. We travel to other worlds, you know. We go to the dream realm, which is home for us. So for the Pisces that are in human bodies, you know, experiencing this level of reality, that's our way to our other home, you know. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you're enlightened enough to know that Pisces are not from here. They're very unique individuals. So this is just the universe reminding us to rest this month, because there's a lot moving through us. There's a lot going on. There's a need to meditate and to get our mind sound and peaceful. This is a peace at mind that is needed after a very heavy weight. And the need to see something from a different angle, because we have the Hanged Man, right? Waiting, but still finding comfort as you wait. Leave it to Pisces to fall asleep after falling out of a tree. You know, like it's like he fell and his thing is snagged there, and it's like almost looks sleep. So we're just like, okay, if I have to wait here, then I'm just gonna sleep my way through this until, like, wake me up when September ends. Well, it ain't even September. Pisces is still asleep. Like, and we might have something karmic to look at in a different way. This is the Devil card, to be exact. Believe it or not, is what I meant to say. So we might be leaving something behind karmically. The Devil card looks far more appealing. It's less scary. But there's this home being left in the distance for some of us. Some of us are really searching for that kind of feeling there. And in the trail that we're leaving behind, I mean, this is something karmic that needs to be balanced out. Okay, well, let's get going on this wheel reading, because I want to see the guidance that Spirit has for us. Ooh, I don't know if you saw that, but there's a real need to be patient, because I was trying to put these cards back. That card kind of shot across. So let's see here. This is for Pisces, March 2018. All right. A lot of energies coming out here. The Queen of Swords, with, yeah, those energies came out again. This is a repeat energy, so Spirit wants you to know to really watch your magic this month, because you're radiating and shining in a way that is just attracting these kind of people. So be very careful, Pisces, and make sure you're communicating about what makes you feel emotionally complete. This could be a mental thing. This can be, you know, sorry about that. It's clear communication. We need to take all this emotion and communicate clearly about it, because this is the kind of energy that Pisces is after now. These two fish, or this couple. So that energy kind of came back out, but this came out. 5, 6, 7, 8 of Pentacles. So okay, Pisces, March, please. Pisces, March 2018. I have no idea what Spirit is doing with this card yet. So I'm gonna wait till we have the full picture. The Hierophant is coming out with the Knight of Cups in the Tower. So I'm wondering if this was just a message for one person. It's hard to tell with us, so I'm gonna let things come out one by one. Oh, the Moon card is at the bottom. Okay, so that just kind of tells me that it is for us. Okay, so this is our reading there. There's a Taurus coming up, so, you know, I have to definitely remain humble. Okay, Moon card on the bottom, though. So that was definitely meant for us. So 2 more cards for Pisces, March 2018, please. Knight of Wands. Some of us are distracting ourselves with the physical realm so that we can avoid something that's falling apart in March. We definitely start March, you know, working on all that. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. Energy moving all over the place. So we'll talk about that towards the end of the reading there. Our cards are a little bit interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the clarifiers before we start talking. So what's up with this 8 of Pentacles? Show me the 8 of Pentacles in the Pisces reading, please. Okay, Ace of Swords in the Fool. So, okay, show me the Hierophant, please. That's way too many cards. But it is a message, though. So, we have the 6 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, which I knew would come out for us, and the 6 of Cups. So, you know, definitely a soulmate energy coming in here. Okay, this is the soulmate card coming back from the past kind of thing. And I mean, some of you are definitely thinking about something emotionally in March. I mean, your attention is fully grabbed by it, and it could be this, you know, this soulmate energy or something that's, you know, but it's coming out with the 6 of Pentacles, so the need to kind of balance that. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Wands, so there's a decision there about some kind of soulmate. You know, there's a need to balance that out. And what I think is going on here is it's like, well, Pisces, you're going to stay somewhere where you're comfortable, or you're going to make a change and to grow. Something along those lines, a decision that needs to be made. But let's see what this Hierophant is about. So that might have been coming out for the Hierophant, but that's too many cards. Because I need just one card, please, Spirit. But the Hierophant is a traditional commitment. It's like a traditional marriage. You know, that's the priest. The Hierophant is the Taurus card, but it's the priest, the high priest. And it's the teaching card. So I'm not sure what Spirit is doing here, but if there's anything I know about Pisces and about Pisces season, it's you gotta wait to see the whole picture. Because illusions are your best friend in Pisces season. So it's about breaking through those illusions and seeing what's real and what's real with a capital R and what's real with a lowercase r. So let's see. The Hierophant, please. March, Pisces. Thank you. Okay, Temperance again. I knew the Temperance card would be showing up. For some of us, it might be Jupiter or something, but definitely a Sagittarius. Definitely patience and moderation and balance. So what's the Knight of Cups? And then we have the 5 of Cups try to show out. Again, it's like, I know, Spirit, okay? The Hanged Man, seeing the 5 of Cups in a different way. Okay, way too many, but we have the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups trying to come out with the 10 of Swords. Yes, we're hurting, so what of it? So that's way too many cards, but let's get the Knight of Cups, please. Oh, okay, well, the Lovers popped out, and then we had the 8 of Cups. So there might be a certain love, well, definitely love, but I think that, you know, we have these 2 decks here, so some of us could be walking away from something emotionally in March because it wasn't balanced and because we're distracted by this 8 of Swords energy. And we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Hermit in the Fool card. So for some of you, it could be Virgo related, and we do have the Moon here. So what this really literally means to me is, what I'm seeing here is Pisces walking away to reflect, or walking away to some sort of emotional, spiritual journey or something. And this came out with the Lovers. So there could be a love situation there that there's some secrets or something. But I'm liking the Lovers on the Knight of Cups. For some of you, it is a Gemini, but, you know, we don't want to get too caught up on that. And then we have the Libra card coming out, which is symbolic for the Libra full moon, the Three of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So, okay, Justice, Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess. I believe that is how that was supposed to go, because the next three cards just kind of popped out. So, okay, Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck as an underlying energy. So, not gonna lie, I'm not really sure what's going on here with us. So let's just take this step by step. So this is the first card that came out, which is the 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. I always count because it's like the 7 of Pentacles looks kind of similar to this, I think. And plus, I just got to make sure right now, because to be honest, the energy is wild. So 8 of Pentacles, this is kind of symbolic for the beginning of March. This is the energy we go into March. So going into March a couple of weeks ago, okay, if you can kind of think back, the tarot is saying that we went into March grounded, you know, because February is when Pisces season started. So the beginning of February was the initial, like, ooh, it's Pisces season. So by March, we were kind of grounded. And this, don't get caught up in the Pentacles. This is just someone who's working really hard on something. For some of us, it could be working really hard on some kind of realistic job for money or something, but we're all working hard in different ways. What I see here is a man who's working on by himself, creating money. And, you know, this is very, very accurate for me. So I'm not sure if others of you are out there kind of just creating your own way of making money. For me, it's reading tarot and just I've been making bracelets to sell people. And I've just been using my spirituality. Like, I'm very blessed to not have to work in an environment that is very stressful for me, because I don't know about you guys, some Pisces love working, but we're very strange, and it's important to let a Pisces dream. And so sometimes the universe, it creates this situation for us to where it's not as hard on us, you know, physically, because the universe knows our purpose, which is literally to dream and to create and to just heal. You know, we're very spiritual people, all of us. So this is us just working, some of us in jobs, some of us on relationships, but we're going into March really, really, you know, it looks like we're kind of alone, and it looks like we're creating our own finances from nothing. Like, well, fuck it, I'll just create Pentacles, you know. I don't understand this realm. So we're really, and I did see this as a distraction though. When this card came out, Spirit said that, you know, Pisces, look at Pisces trying to distract themselves with money. You know, like, there's a need here, especially because there was a full moon on the 1st of March. So that could have been this Virgo energy, right? The Virgo, this is Earth. There was a full moon right on the 1st of March, and there's a full moon right at the end of March. So it's very interesting. So coming into March, we were feeling kind of grounded, and it was probably that Virgo energy that helped with that. Probably because we've had a couple of weeks of Pisces season under our fins. So, you know, it was good. We were feeling kind of confident. We were feeling independent. We were feeling like our work ethic we're doing our best. Creating money, though. Creating money from nothing. Literally not waiting for someone. And that card came out with the Ace of Swords and the Fool card. So there is this new beginning happening with us as far as communication. And there's like this new mental journey that we're going on in March. You know, knowing us, we go on it mentally first, and then emotionally, and then we'll go on the physical journey. So becoming into March, we had a lot of truth to be told. We had a lot of clarity of a new beginning, or at least we had this heavily on the mind. So I think some of us are working this hard towards a new beginning of clarity, because we have a new beginning here of clarity. Now, this is also known as the Aries card. Aries is the Fool card. So, you know, I don't want to get too caught up on the zodiac sign here, because it's going to be different for all of us. But the Fool, and it also could be Aries season, right? Aries season is very, very, it impacts us in March. Aries and Pisces both share the month of March. So, you know, we have the cusp of rebirth coming up here. And I think, you know, this might be a new journey starting in Aries season in the mind, or some kind of communication about wanting to start over or something. Because the Ace of Swords in the Fool card is definitely talking about a new beginning, communicating a new beginning, or, you know, a new beginning in communication, or just feeling very new mentally. And that could be what our season does for us. You know, we feel very much clear. I told you, Pisces feel that kind of Queen of Swords energy when we're submerged underwater, when most people are gasping for air, you know. Well, we are the air. Like, you breathe a Pisces when you're in the 12th house, I guess. It's one way to put it. And this is also such a spring energy, you know, so this is just clarity coming in. And I don't know if some of us are starting new beginnings in March or something like that, but there's a clarity that we're bringing with it. And I see that we've been working pretty hard now. We have the Hierophant here, okay, which is kind of interesting. It's a Taurus. I'm not sure if some of you have Taurus energy or if you're with a Taurus, but the Hierophant is a tradition, okay? And it's also learning from something. You know, this is the priest, like I was mentioning. So, you know, these two men here come to this priest to hear. So it's like speaking our knowledge or something like that. Being the high priest. And we have the high priest and the high priestess, which is kind of interesting to have both of those in our reading. Very spiritual stuff. But it's like learning something higher because of that. Or like like in March, Pisces is really learning from the moon, learning from what the moon symbolizes, you know, our energy, emotions, water. We're really, really learning higher. Like spirit is really speaking to us. This could be our two fish down here, learning from this high priest at the beginning of March. Okay. And there's a patience here. We could be learning patience or learning moderation, learning balance. Maybe this priest is preaching about that, about balance and moderation. But we're honoring the moon while we do this. And we're learning to balance our emotion, right? We're learning to have grounded emotion. Because Taurus is a fixed earth sign, right? So they're very stable. And so this is the patience, Pisces. Have patience for your foundation. Have patience to be stable, because it's not as easy for Pisces. We don't have as easy of a chance to be stable as some other people. We create stability out of other really weird energies. Energies like this that go all over the place, okay? We're just kind of used to that because we have a combination of all zodiac signs, so it's just natural for different parts of us to want to move different ways. But I think this is us learning how to be a little bit more grounded in March and be a little bit more stable emotionally wise. That's what I'm getting from this. Now, who knows? It could have something else to do with a Sagittarius and a Taurus. Valuing higher knowledge. I love that full moon up there, though. There's definitely a full moon up there, which could be the Virgo full moon. Yeah, there was an Earth full moon. Even though it wasn't a Taurus moon, it was a Virgo. So some of us might have an Earth moon or something like that. Or a Sagittarius moon. Maybe there's a Sagittarius and a Taurus in our life or something. But what I really see this as a collective is that this is just us offering our wisdom to certain people in March. Really preaching this month. I think Pisces are kind of turning into preachers this month. Really stepping out and preaching the knowledge that we have from the moon and the knowledge we get from these other worldly realms, you know, by placing our feet in the water. And the patience for all that too. The patience, because that's exactly what this Sagittarius card means, the moderation card. Now, this is the Knight of Cups, which is another Pisces card, right? This is our card. This is the Pisces card. But it's also a card for new love coming in for some of you. And, you know, you want to be careful being guarded about that, because I know we're feeling a little up and down about things, but... And I just noticed the guy's armor is all... We have those fish on that armor, so we're kind of like... You can't really tell when a Pisces is protecting themselves because we do it in such a kind way. It's like we can protect ourselves but still allow people in. So we could be accepting or offering a cup of love with a little bit of protection, you know, still trying to protect ourselves while we do this, but still being kind and still, you know, this is emotional action. So I think by the end of the first 2 weeks of March, we're really ready to apply action to our emotions, because by that time, we have learned a great deal from Pisces season. And I think because every Knight card comes with action. So there's definitely someone in mind that you guys have, you know, this cup in mind for. Because the Knight of Cups is coming with emotional action. So for some of you, this is a new love. For some of you, this is a new emotional situation. A person, place, or thing that comes into your life that really initiates emotion in you. It could be a situation. It doesn't have to be a lover. It can be all things. But the silliest things make Pisces feel this way. You know, poetry but for some of us, it really is a person coming in on this horse to deliver us a cup of emotion. Because this came out with the Lover's card. So some of you, it's a Gemini. Because this is the Lover's card in this deck here. So, yeah, or some of you are offered, because I see a Gemini and a Pisces here. So if you're a Gemini with a Pisces or a Pisces with a Gemini, this message is specifically for you. But, you know, we can't just say that the Lover's card is Gemini, because the Lover's card talks about a relationship. And there may be a certain decision, too, because another thing is the Lover's card implies a decision in the love department. An emotional love decision. So someone is getting offered a cup. It's like Pisces is offering this lover a cup or something, but it looks beautiful. It looks really, really beautiful. So new love might be coming in by the second week of March. Like you could really be joined together with someone who you see as a soulmate or a twin flame. Because the Lover's card implies, you know, that divine lover. And to have that with this is literally love for Pisces at the end of March. And that might be what we were being told to be patient for. Because we have the Temperance card right before that. Okay. So, yeah. I'm not sure what's going on there with that Temperance card, but it's flying all over the place. There's like a wild Sagittarius in some of your guys' life. Okay, that needs to be grounded with a Taurus energy or something. But yeah, love coming in for Pisces for sure with that lover. So that was kind of the first 2 weeks of March. Even though all this energy can happen at any time, okay? This energy can happen at any time in March. But I feel energetically that this is kind of the energies, you know, going into March. And this is kind of in the future now. So this is kind of where we are now. Okay, so we're heading into a little bit of the futuristic times here. So, we have the Tower here, which I'm no longer afraid of as a tarot reader. I've been reading tarot for about a year now, so I just see things differently. So, this is universal change, all right? This is what happens when there's a foundation that is no longer stable. You know, sometimes things crumble and fall apart. So Pisces, I'm not sure what this Tower is for each of us, but this is the 12th house. You know what I mean? We're in the 12th house. We're in time of completion, and there's something that is coming to a tumble or something like that. I mean, it feels exactly how this Tower looks. Okay, so the second week, going into Aries season, okay? This is like when Aries season comes in, the astrological new year, the spring equinox, a lot of new things coming in, a lot going on in the future. I mean, March was busy enough, but come on. So something crumbling down. This is change in the universe. You see that lightning bolt coming from the top? Because it's divinely orchestrated. So I wouldn't let this card scare you, okay? Because it's something that you've been feeling that's going to happen. Pisces are kind of able to feel that, and it comes out with this Justice card. So that's a very interesting card to come out with the Tower. So for some of you, you could have prayed for this Tower to happen. Some of you literally, I don't know, you got to be careful what you wish for, because you wished for balance or something like that, and then what was given to you was balance. It just didn't, maybe you didn't expect it to happen like that. But it's coming out with this Justice. So I don't know, some of you could be with a Libra. And, because that Libra card is there, and it might be something falling apart with a Libra. For some of you, you never know. But I do see justice coming in after you let this situation fall apart at the end of March. Like, literally, just let it. because, you know, and this is also that Libra moon. So I don't know if that Libra moon on March 31st is going to be something that brings in this kind of justified tower, because the tower is justified. So we can't go cry to the universe like, why did this happen? Because the tower is justified. It's because we need balance in our life. And Pisces can be so healing of a situation that sometimes the universe has to come in with a Pisces proof situation so that it can fall down no matter what. So, you know, this is a really great card to come out with the tower, because it's like, you know, there's still this balanced energy, and I love how it's up here by the moon. You know, Libra's been making their way kind of into everybody's readings for March, and it's because at the end of March we have a Libra full moon, which is in our 8th house, Pisces. Libra is our 8th house. So yeah, we had a full moon in our 7th house of relationships this month, and we also had a full moon in our 8th house. Not yet. We're having that at the end of the month. So that Libra moon might end some things abruptly for us. It might complete some things, because full moons are all about endings and completions, but at least they're balanced. You know, and it's something that we really don't even have to lift a finger for. It just kind of the universe is going to come in and assist us on a situation that, you know, we've been really trying to balance the situation out for a long time emotionally. Trying to hold this balance scale perfectly, but it's like, look, Pisces, we've got this under control, okay? So there's a need to let that tower crumble down in a balanced way, because it's in the name of balance, and it's justified. That's the Justice card. So next, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is that Aries energy that comes in at the end of March, which is coming in just as fast as this night. I mean, it is coming in fast and quick and passionately, and the energies are going to pick up. I mean, it's going to be just like either a light switch turns on for all of us. I mean, that's how the spring can be. That's how the sun entering Aries can be. It's just like all of a sudden we're all this Knight of Wands. So after that tower falls down and after the Justice comes in, there's a quick uproar of energy, you know? It's not like you slow down and you're afraid that you're going to stay there and weep or whatever, but I don't see that. I mean, there's very quick energy that happens after that tower falls down, and then there's the Three of Pentacles. So it's like passionately working together, okay? Finally, passionately working together with people around you, or it's a third-party situation that you're charging away from or something. But this is interesting there. I just think this is teamwork. This is working well with those around you, which is really kind of interesting, Pisces. The end of March is going to be really, really interesting. I'm just kind of looking here just to see, because, you know, honestly, even our own energy is kind of confusing me here. I'm definitely getting a lot here with this Justice in this tower. It's like we have to blindly balance something and let this tower just come in, man. That moon. I see the moon here a lot in our reading too. I'm not sure about this Knight of Wands and this Three of Pentacles. Working together, teamwork with a fire sign. Maybe Aries season is a time where we feel like things are going according to plan a little bit more than ever. So we might feel that in Aries season, the energy's picking up. Or we could be leaving a third-party situation with a fire sign. Okay, a lot of different interpretations here. And we have the Three of Wands. So we end March thinking about our forever, thinking about our future. And that's what everybody should be doing around the astrological new year. I mean, we have a new moon in Pisces. So, you know, I think we've all been doing this, kind of just weighing out our options like, what's next? Where do I go from here? Because that's exactly what this Three of Wands is doing. He's made a decision, because the Two of Wands is the decision. So it's like we make some kind of decision, and I think we made the decision right here with the Knight of Wands. I mean, that looks like a decision making to me. But we have the Knight of the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So there is a fire, water action going on here, which is kind of obvious because Aries and Pisces season, right? But I don't know, some of us could be with fire signs, but it looks like we're kind of facing opposite directions though, because this Knight is charging this way. I don't know, there could be some kind of fire sign that charges in when it comes to this Tower situation, comes right in, because the Knight is like, I just seen 2 ducks flying. But yeah, this fire sign might charge in or whatever to balance out this Tower situation, kind of your knight in shining armor or whatever. I mean, we have 2 knights on the table, honestly, so could definitely be some kind of knight in shining armor. I see 2 knights with shining armor. Do you want a knight that has, do you want a fiery knight or do you want a watery knight? Do you want someone who's passionate or emotional? Or maybe they're both. But I don't know, working together with some kind of fire sign at the end of March. Some fire sign rushes in at the end of March after something falls apart. And don't worry, because it falls apart in a balanced way. Now, we're spiritually looking towards our future. You know, I love the High Priestess. She's a very special energy to me. And if you take a closer look, she's like kind of next to the river. And you see the reflection of the moon here. Okay? So it's like that full moon at the end of the month is a time for us to really reflect out into the if you can get out into a forest, cool. And that kind of speaks to me because I have a full moon ceremony that I'm going to try to make it to at the end of the month. And it's literally like a full moon ceremony with a lot of spiritual people, and I just feel this just kind of randomly came to me. I didn't really ask. It's just something the universe created me. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going somewhere at the end of the month. You know how when we just can kind of do things, I guess. I don't know, Pisces. But end of the month is very spiritual, okay? We leave March feel fully aware of something. I mean, the High Priestess is the all-knowing energy. She's very, very watery, Pisces, Cancer energy. She knows the secrets of the universe. She whispers to the moon. You know, she laughs. Her laugh sounds like the sounds of water. But this is a very spiritual energy. So it's like we're spiritually, now we are looking at our future, looking at our spiritual future. What is it that we can see in our spiritual future in March? Because there's a need to decide something, or maybe we already made a choice, and it's like we're left as the High Priestess. I like ending as the High Priestess. I do. It's like this is the most that makes sense to me in our reading. Is ending the month with full knowledge of spirit and with full knowledge of our emotion, and just kind of sitting there like, oh, I like that energy. I like the end of March. I think we're all going to feel as still as that High Priestess. And whenever we're done meditating, and whenever we're done with sitting there in that forest, reflecting under the light of the moon, because she's honoring that moon. And it's quiet, and it's peaceful, and she has her energy back. And that is when we're going to be able to decide. You know, this is someone who's really thinking about their future. And he's so in depth in thought that he didn't even think to turn around for the picture. You know, because that's what I see tarot as, is pictures that got taken. But he ain't even turning around. He ain't got time to take a picture. He's thinking about his future in a very meditative state. I mean, it's beautiful, Pisces. It's very, very beautiful. And that it might have something to do with a new love coming in. It might have something to do with this Lovers card. But there's a need for us to be very patient in March. Patient with these energies. Don't worry. They'll calm down. You know how Pisces season can be. So, you know, there's a need to be patient with the people around you. And if you're feeling this way, to be patient with yourself. We have the Nine of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles. So, definitely. And then the King of Pentacles. So, there's a lot of Pentacles energies. Definitely. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Star card. So, there's some kind of money wish or something coming in here. There's a need to balance out something within the heavy, heavy, heavy earth energy coming up. So, definitely feeling grounded with our own finances. Some kind of new beginning coming there. So there's definitely a need to balance that out because we have a Pentacle energy here. Okay, there's something that we were very, very patient for, because this is the card of patience too, but this is the card of rewards coming after that patience. Okay, this is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about, you know, whatever comes to fruition, coming to fruition in us. Now it's time to reap the rewards of our patience and of our hard work, because we watered this tree from the beginning of time. And we've treated this tree with care. And so now we've waited until these fruits are ripe. And now that they are, it's like, this is a metaphorical situation, you know, something that we waited for a long time. And whatever this woman feels when she picks this pear that she, or apple that she literally grown herself. So we grew something ourselves, Pisces, and now we're picking the fruits of it. We're reaping our own reward when it comes to our own hard work, right? And it could be something from the past, you know, when Pisces do hard work, you know, we're always doing hard work because we put our all into everything spiritually. So there might be something that comes back from the past this month. This is the Judgment card, something we thought that was dead coming back to life, being reborn. It could be a version of ourselves. This is a second chance at enlightenment, a second chance, a calling, an awakening. These doors are just kind of opening, and I think that there's a different realm that we're entering. This showed up in our reading, in our love reading last month, but the mask is off, and it's been off for a long time. And, you know, we're coming up as this Queen of Swords because I think we have to embody this energy at some point in March and April so that we're coming off very clear. Okay, very clear. Balance, choices. This card is coming up for a lot of people this month because there's a need to choose a path. So I know we've been juggling this duality, but, you know, this is the path. This is how we walked and we came, and now we're here, and it's like, what way are we going to go? It's time to choose a path, Pisces. And I think one of them has to do with the past, and one of them has to do with the future. And we can't swim down two different paths, because whatever way the Pisces goes, it takes the other fish with it, but the other fish just feels a longing for the opposite direction, which is just welcome to being a Pisces. But it's time to see that in a different point of view, Pisces. It's time to see our duality in a new way, because now we have the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So it's like seeing this love opportunity in a different way, seeing emotion. I mean, there's definitely a decision we have to make between a water sign and an earth sign, or between emotion and reality. And I mean, we are really juggling that, but the universe is saying, wait, slow down and see it from a different point of view, Pisces. You might as well hang there for a bit because there's something you could see. There's something enlightening there for you. You know, but no wonder that we need to take kind of a rest here and meditate on these decisions first. Maybe some of us need to even write. There is an Aries, definitely an Aries energy. Okay, because this is the Emperor and the, let's see if this is the King or the Queen. I'm pretty sure this is the King of Wands. So definitely a fiery energy here. Okay, and if this is in the Aries, then it's an emperor in your life, someone who's in authority, but this is a very fiery energy. King of Wands, Aries, the Emperor. And then look, we literally have the Empress. So there's like some creative passion going on between an Empress and an Emperor, because this is the Empress card, this is the Emperor, and in between is this fiery King of Wands. And I'm being led to say that some of us need to write in this month, because that's what happens when we're going through all this energy. It's really good there. It's really good to write. We have the Five of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So definitely getting creative about these about the energies in our life that treat us like this. Okay, the manipulation, the taking, being disarmed, everything being taken from us. Yeah, Aries season is going to come in and help us with that. Because this is the Ace of Wands, so a new creative beginning when it comes to mental, I mean just mental exhaustion and mental theft. And winning winning the battle but losing the war type of thing. But just looking at that in a passionate thing. And now we have the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So there could be a water earth energy for sure. something very heartbreaking taking place between an earth and water sign, because we have the Ten of Swords and the Two of Swords. So, ooh-wee. But underneath that is the King of Swords. So we literally have the King of Cups, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles. So a lot of king energy. So very masculine. And as far as this decision, Pisces, you know, here's that blindfold again. So I know we're blinding ourselves to the mental pain that we're going through, but there is a need to rest our mind in March for sure, because there's just so much going on with us. We done had every 2 cards show up. The Two of Pentacles, we had the Two of Wands, we had the Two of Swords, and the Two of Cups. So that's definitely our duality, which happened in the Gemini video as well. So if you have Gemini energy, you should watch the Gemini video. But you're coming up as the Kings of Pentacles because, wow, that was weird. You're coming up as the Kings of Pentacles and the King of all these energies because I think you're being very masculine. You're holding your ground, you know what I mean? So, interesting reading there, Pisces. Not exactly, maybe that's why I felt some hesitation for it, because I knew it was going to be a lot to think about. I'm just going to rewatch this video at a later date and see if I, because when I'm doing the video, I'm just kind of focusing on reading. And I'm not really paying attention to everything I say. I just kind of channel. So I'm definitely going to be watching this over. I'll probably notice a bunch like, oh man, that could have meant this, that could have meant that. But, that's why you just listen to your own intuition, Pisces, especially when there's something going on that's really hidden with us, which is why the High Priestess is here. And I see a lot of moons, I definitely see that full moon in the beginning of the month and that full moon at the end of the month. So that Virgo and that Libra full moon, it really did. I mean, this full moon had to do with our 7th house. This full moon has to do with our 8th house. So as far as our 7th house of relationships, yeah, the Lover's card. And as far as hidden energy, yeah, our 8th house, Libra. Yeah, that's what this is down here. The last couple weeks of March is going to be centered around this hidden 8th house full moon Libra. I mean, I can only imagine what happens when you have an 8th house full moon. I mean, a lot of energy there is kind of lit up and stuff like that. So secrets coming out and the need to balance things. So there might be some of that coming out at the end of the month too. It might have something to do with this tower. Okay? But just keep in mind that whatever happens, Pisces, it can't be too bad for us, because why would something that bad happen in our own zodiac season? The sun is on our side. The moon is definitely on our side. So we've got pretty much all the oppositions in the universe rooting for us. So that is our reading, Pisces. Happy birthday, guys. Go out with a bang. My birthday was March 5th, so my solar return went and passed, and I'm glad. Here for another year, another trip around the sun. Yay. So, very proud of us. The real adventure begins Aries season. Okay, spring is going to be lit. Summer is about to be lit. And here's to another trip around the zodiac season again. Woo-hoo. And before you know it, it'll be Pisces season again. But we've made it through a completion. And there is a whole new zodiac year starting. Okay, and spring is coming, and all these things, it's like this energy always picks up like this in March. I mean, I feel like everything gets so busy in March. And I'd like to say it's because of that Aries energy, but I don't think so. I think it's just because of new beginnings happening in spring. Everything comes back to life in the spring. So, yeah, Pisces, I hope that was helpful and relatable. If you have any questions or any input, you can check my description box out. I have all kinds of information there about how you can reach me. And of course, you can always leave a comment. I comment back on, I believe, every single comment. And if I haven't, it's because I didn't see it. But I get a notification every time someone comments. And I definitely reply. I enjoy the conversation between you and I and all my viewers. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can definitely leave me something in the description box or email me or whatever you see fit. But other than that, Pisces, I hope you have a great rest of March, and I hope you have a good start to the new year, the astrological new year. I hope you guys all had great birthdays. I know they're kind of our birthdays get kind of intense. You know, something always happens on our birthday because we just symbolize a sacrificial energy, kind of. So our solar returns don't even really belong to us fully. They belong to the universe. So we're lucky though. That's very humble. We're very, very lucky and special people in the universe. So yeah, for those of you who celebrate St. Patrick's Day and Easter, happy holidays there. A lot of fun socializing energy, which is good for Pisces. It's a good way to get us out of that Five of Cups energy that was right behind us in the beginning of this reading, okay? So yeah, that's our reading, Pisces. Hope it was helpful and hope it was accurate and relatable. And I will talk to you guys in the new moon video for Pisces tomorrow. And if I don't hear from you then, I will talk to you next time. Bye.